English Leap Podcast.
From Speak English with Class.
Before you say one more word in English, stop. Because in the next 20 minutes, we're going to explain why your brain freezes, why your hands shake a little, and why one small speaking change can help faster than another year of only studying grammar.
That's a bold opening, Jake.
It's a true opening, Anna. This isn't just believe in yourself talk today. There's a real reason your brain and body react this way, and once you understand it, you'll never look at your own fear the same way again.
Okay, now I'm curious. Hey, English learners. Welcome back to the English Leap Podcast, your cozy little place to learn easy English through real, everyday conversations. I'm Anna.
And I'm Jake. Today, we're not just talking about fear, we're taking it apart, piece by piece, like a machine, so you can see exactly why it happens.
And once you see how the machine works,
it stops controlling you. That's the whole episode in one sentence.
Then later in Word Tour, we'll slow down today's strongest words, like the words we use when fear takes over.
And in Say It Better, we'll take those heavy thoughts learners say to themselves.
Like, everyone is judging my English.
And turn them into kinder, stronger sentences you can actually use.
And if you want to practice after the episode, English Leap Club is there with the transcript, vocabulary review, quizzes, games, and shadowing practice.
So you don't just understand the episode,
you practice it.
So if speaking English feels scary, stay with us.
Because the first thing we need to understand is the freeze.
That moment when your mind goes blank.
And your mouth just won't move.
Right. Most people think, I froze because my English isn't good enough. But that's not really what's happening.
What is happening then?
Your brain is running a background check on you. In half a second, it's asking, is this safe? Will I be laughed at? Do I look foolish right now? And while it's asking all that, it also has to translate, build a sentence, and check grammar.
That's a lot of jobs for one small moment.
Way too many. And here's the part I find wild. This happens faster than you can even notice it. Your body reacts before your brain finishes the thought. That's why your heart speeds up before you even know why.
I want to slow down here because this is the part many learners blame themselves for. They think, why am I panicking? It's only one sentence.
But to the brain, it may not feel like one sentence. It may feel like a social test.
Oh, that explains so much. A learner may be thinking, please don't judge me. Please don't laugh. Please don't notice my accent.
And sometimes the brain starts to anticipate embarrassment before anything bad has actually happened.
Anticipate means to expect something before it happens.
Someone is looking at you. Someone is waiting. Someone may judge your grammar, your pronunciation, or your accent.
And that can make you self-conscious.
Self-conscious means too aware of yourself, your voice, your accent, every little pause.
That feels exhausting.
It is. And sometimes we misinterpret people's faces too.
Misinterpret means we understand something in the wrong way.
Yes, and that is such an important point. Someone may look serious, but that does not always mean they are judging your English. Maybe they are tired. Maybe they are thinking. Maybe their face just looks like that.
That is true. Some people look serious even when they are perfectly fine.
But your brain may still say, careful, this could hurt.
Especially if you've had a bad speaking experience before.
Maybe someone laughed at your pronunciation.
Maybe someone corrected you in a rude way.
Maybe you made one mistake in a meeting and your mind replayed it all day.
That replay can be painful. Same mistake, same sentence, again and again.
And after that, silence starts to feel safer.
Silence says, no mistake today, no embarrassment today.
But silence has a cost.
Yes, it protects you today, but it teaches your brain that speaking is dangerous tomorrow.
Okay, but I want to push on something here.
Go for it.
I don't think naming it your brain is scanning for danger is enough, because if you just know the reason, that doesn't automatically make the freeze go away.
True. Knowing why a fire alarm goes off doesn't stop the sound.
Right, and that is where many learners get stuck. So what actually helps?
I think it starts with this. You train your brain that speaking is safe by doing it in small doses again and again until your body stops treating it like danger.
And by small doses, we mean small.
One voice note, one coffee order, one question in a meeting, one sentence like, I'm still practicing, so I may speak slowly.
That sentence alone can lower the pressure.
Because it tells the other person, please give me a little space.
And it tells your own body, I don't have to perform perfectly.
So don't try to defeat fear with force. Give your brain small proof that speaking can be safe.
Gently disobey your fear one sentence at a time.
I like that.
And one of the quickest ways to send that message is through your voice.
Which brings us to something strange, but very useful.
Here's something that surprised me. The way one person speaks can shift the whole feeling in a room almost instantly.
Like a mood spreading?
Kind of, yes. If someone speaks in a calm, steady way, the people around them relax a little too, without even noticing. If someone speaks fast and nervous, the room gets a little more tense.
So our nervousness can spread to other people.
It can. But here's the flip side. Calm can spread too.
Wait, so if I walk into a meeting shaking, and I try to slow down my voice on purpose, even a little?
It can actually calm you down and calm a room a little too. Not magic, just how people naturally respond to each other.
I love that. It means you don't need to feel confident first. You can just slow your voice down and the confidence sort of follows behind it.
Confidence follows like a slow friend who is always late.
That is very Jake.
And very true. Fear wants speed. Fear says, speak fast and escape.
But calm says, take one extra second.
Yes, and this is where it becomes practical. Imagine someone asks in a meeting, what do you think? Your heart jumps. You want to finish quickly, but instead, you begin with a steady sentence.
I have one idea.
Then you pause.
Maybe we can try this next week.
That is simple English, but it sounds calm because the pace is calm.
So confidence is not only vocabulary.
Sometimes confidence is rhythm.
And if your voice shakes?
Let it shake a little. A shaking voice is not failure. It is just nervous energy leaving the body.
The feeling inside may be bigger than what people hear outside.
Yes. So don't judge the whole conversation by how nervous you feel. Ask a better question. Did my meaning reach the other person?
And if meaning is the goal, then maybe we don't need the biggest words.
We need the clearest ones.
Let's bust a myth. A lot of learners think, I need bigger words to sound smart in English.
Massive myth. Huge.
Explain.
People trust simple, clear sentences more than complicated ones. If you use a long, fancy word you're not sure about and it comes out a little wrong, it actually makes you sound less confident, not more.
So, a short, clear sentence beats a long, shaky one.
Every single time. Simple isn't weak. Simple is strong.
I think this matters because many learners feel embarrassed by simple English.
Yes, they think simple means low level, but simple can be professional. Simple can be mature. Simple can be sharp.
Sharp?
Clear and strong, like a clean knife. No extra decoration, just useful.
That image works.
I learned this the embarrassing way.
Oh good, a Jake story.
Years ago, I was on a call and I wanted to sound very smart. Instead of saying, we need a better plan, I tried to say something like, we need to strategically optimize our approach.
That is a very Jake sentence.
It got worse. I started with confidence, then halfway through, I forgot where I was going. I used the big word, lost the small idea, and ended with business fog.
Business fog.
That is the painful lesson. If I had just said, we need a better plan, everyone would have understood me.
That is useful because the goal was not to impress them, the goal was to communicate.
Right. When you're nervous, big words can become heavy furniture in a small room. You keep bumping into them.
So, use simple words when the pressure is high.
In a meeting, instead of saying, the timeline may not be realistic due to limited resources, you can say, I think we need more time.
Or, we may not have enough people.
Or, can we discuss the deadline again?
Short, clear, useful.
And much easier to finish.
Okay, I want to disagree just slightly.
Here we go again.
I think there's a place for stretching yourself a little, trying a slightly bigger word sometimes, just to grow. If you only ever play it safe with simple words, you never build new ones.
Okay, that's actually a good balance. Simple as your base, new words as your practice, not your safety net in the moment you're nervous.
There we go, middle ground again.
Practice new words when the pressure is low, in a voice note with a friend, while shadowing, or even in a comment.
But when fear is already knocking on the door?
Use words you can control.
And if you still don't know what to say?
Don't panic. You may not need an answer immediately.
You may need a question.
Here's a fun one. Asking questions doesn't just help the other person, it helps you.
How?
When you ask someone a question, their brain actually gets a small burst of interest and energy. People love being asked about themselves. So instead of panicking about what to say, you can just ask something.
So if I freeze, I can just ask a question back?
Yes. What do you mean by that? Can you tell me more? It buys you time, it takes the pressure off you, and it makes the other person feel good. Triple win.
That's such an easy trick. I actually used this one already without knowing there was a name for it.
See? You're already smarter than you think.
But the idea is strong. A question changes the pressure in the conversation.
Yes. If someone says, "What do you think?" and your brain freezes, you do not have to produce a perfect opinion immediately. You can ask, "Can you explain the last part again?"
Or, what is the main goal?
Or, "Can you give me an example?"
These questions are not weak.
No, they give you time and they make the conversation clearer.
I want learners to hear that. Asking someone to repeat or explain does not mean your English is bad.
It means you're taking care of communication.
In real life, strong speakers ask for clarity all the time.
Especially in online meetings where everyone sounds like they're speaking from inside a washing machine.
That is painfully accurate.
So ask the question. Could you repeat the last part? Can you say that more slowly? What do you mean by that?
A question is like a small door back into the conversation.
Nice. See, that's why Anna is here. I say washing machine, she says small door.
We balance each other.
We do.
So far, we have voice, simple words, and questions. But there is another problem learners face.
The giant sentence.
Yes, the sentence that begins with confidence and ends in a forest.
Let's talk about that forest.
Let's talk about long sentences. A lot of learners try to build one giant, perfect sentence in their head before speaking.
And it usually falls apart halfway through.
Yes, and this is where we can make speaking feel lighter. Here's a better way. Speak in small chunks. Short sentences. Pause. Then another short sentence.
A chunk is just a small piece of language, and small pieces are much easier to control when you feel nervous.
People's attention actually holds better with short pieces anyway. Long, non-stop talking loses people fast, even in your own language.
So chunking isn't just easier for you, it's actually easier for the listener too.
It's a win for both sides. Short and clear beats long and shaky.
Let's give one example and keep it simple.
Please, no giant example inside the giant sentence section.
A learner may want to say, I couldn't finish the work yesterday because there were many unexpected tasks and I was waiting for another person to send me the file.
That sentence is not wrong. It is just heavy.
So break it into chunks. I couldn't finish the work yesterday.
Pause.
There were some unexpected tasks.
Pause.
I was also waiting for a file.
Pause.
So I need a little more time.
That feels much easier to say.
And much easier to hear.
Every short sentence gives your brain a small win. You finish one thought, then you build the next.
Like stepping stones across a river.
One stone at a time.
Speaking in chunks means you do not need the whole bridge before you start.
You need the next stone.
And if you forget a word on the way,
you explain around it.
Anna, have you ever done that in real life?
Oh, yes. Actually, that reminds me of a small umbrella story.
An umbrella story.
Yes. I once forgot the word for umbrella in the middle of a rainstorm story I was telling. Total blank.
What did you do?
I just said, the thing you hold over your head so the rain doesn't get you. And the person laughed and said, oh, an umbrella. And honestly, that moment made the story better, not worse.
See, that's proof of something important. A real story, even a messy one, sticks with people way more than a perfect sentence ever will.
People remember how you made them feel, not whether every word was correct.
That should be printed on a wall somewhere.
Write it down, Jake.
You know I won't.
I know, but I also know learners need this idea. Forgetting a word is not the end of a conversation.
It feels like the end inside your head.
Yes, but outside, it is usually just a small pause.
And sometimes it becomes the most human part of the conversation.
If I had stopped and said, oh no, I'm terrible at English, the moment would have become heavy. But I stayed in the story. I described the word. The other person helped me. We laughed and the conversation continued.
That is the real skill, continuing after something goes wrong.
Because something will go wrong sometimes.
Of course. You'll forget words, you'll mix tenses, you'll start a sentence and change it halfway. Welcome to being human.
You may stumble over words sometimes too.
Stumbling over words means your words come out unevenly with stops, slips, or little mistakes.
But stumbling does not mean the conversation is ruined. It just means you are speaking in real life.
So learners need repair phrases.
I forgot the word, but I mean...
Let me explain it another way.
How can I say this?
Sorry, let me try again.
These phrases keep the conversation alive.
They also show the listener, I'm still here. I'm still communicating.
And this is where I want to be very clear. Real conversation is not an exam.
There is no invisible teacher hiding behind the sofa with a red pen.
I hope not.
If the other person understands your meaning, the conversation is working.
Even if your sentence is messy.
Even if one word disappears.
Even if your accent is there.
That is a good place to pause.
Yes, because now we have the main idea.
The freeze has a reason.
And the answer is not perfect English.
It is a calmer way to speak through the fear.
Slow your voice when fear wants speed.
Use clear words when pressure makes your brain busy.
Ask questions when you need time.
Speak in chunks when a sentence feels too heavy.
And use repair phrases when a word disappears.
That's enough for one conversation. We don't need to turn the whole episode into a suitcase full of tips.
No. Now we need to turn these ideas into language learners can actually use.
So next, we'll take the most useful words and phrases from today's discussion,
Slow them down,
make them practical.
and learn how to use them in real life. Let's move into Word Tour. These are today's strong words and phrases from the conversation.
Our first word is anticipate.
Anticipate. Anticipate.
Anticipate means to expect something before it happens.
In today's episode, we talked about how the brain can anticipate embarrassment before the conversation even begins.
You could say, don't anticipate failure before you even try.
Or, I anticipated a difficult meeting, but it actually went well.
Our next phrase is self-conscious.
Self-conscious. Self-conscious.
Self-conscious means too aware of yourself, especially your voice, accent, or mistakes.
You could say, I feel self-conscious when I speak English in meetings.
Or, she felt self-conscious about her accent at first, but she kept speaking.
Our next word is misinterpret.
Misinterpret. Misinterpret.
Misinterpret means to understand something in the wrong way.
You could say, I misinterpreted his silence and thought he was angry.
Or, don't misinterpret one serious face as a sign that your English is bad.
Our next phrase is stumble over words.
Stumble over words. Stumble over words.
To stumble over words means your words come out unevenly, with stops, slips, or little mistakes.
You could say, I stumbled over my words during the presentation.
Or, even fluent speakers stumble over words when they feel nervous.
Our next word is chunk.
Chunk.
Chunk. A chunk is a small piece of something.
In speaking, it means a small piece of language, one short sentence, one phrase, or one clear idea.
You could say, I don't need one long sentence. I can speak in chunks.
Or, try to chunk your idea into smaller parts.
Our final phrase is repair phrase.
Repair phrase. Repair phrase.
A repair phrase is a small sentence that helps you continue a conversation when something goes wrong.
You could say, let me explain it another way.
Or, sorry, let me try again.
Today's words and phrases were anticipate, self-conscious, misinterpret, stumble over words, chunk, and repair phrase.
These words and phrases give us both sides of the episode.
The fear side,
And the speaking tool side.
and if you want to practice these words slowly after the episode, English Leap Club can help with that.
Yes, you can read the transcript, review today's strong words, try the quizzes and games, and practice the shadowing lines out loud.
So these ideas do not just stay in your head. They become sentences your mouth can actually use.
And that is exactly why we need Say It Better.
Because sometimes the hardest sentence is the one we say to ourselves. This is Say It Better.
This is where we take heavy learner thoughts,
And make them sound more honest, natural, and useful.
because sometimes the sentence that hurts us most is not spoken out loud.
It is the sentence we say to ourselves. First sentence. I know I will embarrass myself.
That sounds certain, but it may only be fear talking.
A better way to say it is, I may be anticipating embarrassment, but that does not mean it will happen.
That gives fear a name, but it does not let fear decide the whole story.
Next sentence. Everyone is judging my English.
Very common thought.
A better way to say it is, I feel self-conscious, but most people are probably focusing on my message.
That sounds kinder and more realistic.
Next sentence. I need one perfect sentence before I speak.
That thought creates so much pressure.
A better way to say it is, I can chunk my idea into smaller sentences and say it step by step.
You do not need the whole sentence ready before you begin.
You just need the next small piece.
That feels much more possible.
Final sentence. If I forget a word, the conversation is over.
That one is scary, but it is not true.
A better way to say it is, I can use a repair phrase and keep the conversation moving.
Because forgetting one word does not end the conversation.
It just gives you a chance to repair it.
So today's better sentences are,
I may be anticipating embarrassment, but that does not mean it will happen.
I feel self-conscious, but most people are probably focusing on my message.
I can chunk my idea into smaller sentences and say it step by step.
I can use a repair phrase and keep the conversation moving.
Keep one of those sentences with you this week.
Especially before a meeting, a class, a voice note, or any moment where English feels scary.
And that brings us to a very simple closing thought.
If your brain freezes this week, don't call yourself bad at English.
Pause, breathe, start smaller.
Ask one question.
Use one clear sentence.
And if you stumble over a few words, keep going.
Because speaking English is not about sounding perfect.
It is about staying in the conversation.
That's your leap for today.
Go take it. See you next time. Bye for now.
Your progress doesn't end here. To continue advancing your English skills, click on the next video or explore the additional videos we've thoughtfully selected for you.